Okay, so let's continue with our NRL season previews. We've only got 4 teams left to do, so without any further ado, we're now into the top 4 on the regular season ladder last year. We're looking at the Sharks. Now, they finished 4th last year with 38 points. Their points differential is fantastic, 222. Their coach is Craig Fitzgibbion. Any other season, that's a minor premiership season. They went on a winning streak that was equivalent to their winning streak in 2016 when they actually went on to win the grand final. So the building blocks are there and they are close. Are they a top 2 side? Are they a grand final side? This season, I think, will be make and break for Craig Fitzgibbon and what he's been building over the last couple of years down in the Shire. I think they're close. I do think they're close. A lot does hinge on Nicho Hynes, and we'll discuss Nicho Hynes in a bit because he's both a positive and a negative for the size. But the positives I picked out last season, the pack, I think very mobile back row, some very versatile forwards as well. He can play multiple positions. And when you've got players like Hazelton who've really stepped up, that's a good sign that they are well coached. And Craig Fitzgibbon, being a back row forward, you would expect the pack to be a good pack, a good mobile pack, an aggressive pack. And when they were on front football, they played well. So the pack is key, and I think it's a major strength for the Sharks. Their outside backs as well is another strength. Kennedy at fullback, Katoa and Militalo on the wings. Stone Street, very versatile, can play wing, fullback and potentially centre. So they have good options in the outside backs, and they are a lethal strike force. They score a lot of tries, create a lot of tries, and can be very, very damaging, again, when the team is playing well. And in that lengthy winning streak, yeah, it was very, very noticeable that either the back three especially, and when Stone Street came into the side as well, they were very impactful on the performances going forward. Nicho Hynes, on the positive side, when he is fit and he is confident, there's a reason why he was a Daly M winner a couple of seasons ago. I think when he's playing confidently, he doesn't overthink. He's more natural, and so his kicking game could use a bit of improvement, but his passing game and his vision is there. But on the negative, again, it's a confidence and fitness thing. There were times over the last season and a half, where you could see his confidence has been knocked a bit. Origin hasn't helped, where he's had a difficult period in Origin for New South Wales. But that's the problem, is can he stay fit enough for the entire season? Also confidence, because when he's low on confidence, he tries to force the play too much. And there's been a lot of criticism that he's always going for the highlight reel play. Maybe simplify the game a little bit. And again, I think Craig Fitzgibbon is a very good coach. I think he will work a lot with the attack coaches and the halves coaches with Nicho Hynes, and trying to potentially simplify his game a little bit. So when he does have to make that highlight reel play, it does come off at the right time. It's choosing when to do it. But fitness has also been an issue as well. But Nicho Hynes, probably the nicest bloke in rugby league, in my personal opinion. Real big fan of Nicho Hynes. Is the halves his best position, or is he better at fullback? Because when he was at the Melbourne Storm, he filled in a lot of different positions. He was Mr. Versatile, but he really came into his own as a fullback. When Pappenhausen was out, he really helped the Melbourne Storm a lot in that role. It was Melbourne Storm don't let players go; they want to let go. But salary cap and Cronulla came along, and they snatched him. And I think the Melbourne Storm could regret losing Nicho Hynes, personally. I do think he has another Daly M medal winning season in him, potentially this year. But again, the fitness and the confidence, and I think simplifying his game a little bit. I think rounding out his game a little bit. Again, much like Hazelton, came to the first grade level later on, had some missteps in his youth, but at the same time, he is possibly the nicest guy, I think, in rugby league. I think we can all admit that. I don't think he's got a bad bone in his body. He really does a lot for charity, a lot for his community, and that's a positive thing. And culture-wise, you want to run a team. Keeping him fit and confident, I think, is key. And I think that's another thing, is the mental side of the game. I think Craig Fitzgibbon will do some work there, because I do rate Craig Fitzgibbon as a coach, because this team is better now than when he took it over. Other concerns, injuries. I'm going to link back into Nicho Hynes, but concerns there with some of the injuries. They did have some of their outside backs injured, hence why Stone Street got a lengthy run in the side. Big game performances, again, links back to not just Nicho Hynes, but the spine in general. That's Kennedy, that's Atkinson as the backup, and you know, getting over the line. That's where they came short. That last game against the Warriors, for example, they could have put a statement win against a struggling Warriors side. Sean Johnson decided to do Sean Johnson things in his last professional club game, and I think that was a dent going into the finals. They had that lengthy winning streak, and then there were periods towards the end of the season where some big games where they could have finished top 2 or top 3 and finished higher up the ladder, for example, they just wobbled a little bit. So that big game mentality, and again, that's the mental side of the game, and that's game management, I think let them down at certain points last season. But overall, I think the building blocks are there. I think they're in a very strong position to take that next step. Can they take that next step? I think they are still going to be a top 4 side. A lot does depend on Nicho Hynes and his fitness and confidence. If they can keep Nicho Hynes fit, I think that helps his confidence as well, because he's got confidence in himself, in his body, and therefore, if he's confident, the rest of the team, I think, will be confident, because he is the fulcrum, he is the leader, basically, without being captain. And then I think the forward pack will have that confidence, because Nicho Hynes is confident, and they're mobile, they're aggressive, they're front foot, big carries. I think that can start propelling them a little bit forward. If they can get a bit more front foot, then it creates a little bit more time and space for the spine to operate, and then the outside backs to have fun. So, will they win the minor premiership this coming season? Will they be the grand finalists? I think there's a small possibility they could do that, but they need a lot of chips to fall their way, and they need the 3 teams that finished above them to falter. And I think there's one team that finished above them that I think definitely looks vulnerable to a faltering 2025 should things not go right, because they've lost a lot of experience, and we'll be covering them in a bit. So keep your eyes peeled for the next season preview, because I will reveal all where I think another team are going to finish. But for me, for now, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate all the support. Obviously, we've just had our first paycheck from YouTube, so I really do appreciate all that support. I appreciate all the new subscribers. We've had quite a few in the last few days, and the view counts have actually been really, really good the last 2-3 days. Apparently, I'm very popular in North Queensland, and I'm very popular on Gold Coast. So those pre-season previews, they did better than I expected. I was not expecting the view counts on the Titans video, and I wasn't expecting the view counts on the North Queensland Cowboys video either, in comparison to previous seasons. Previous seasons, other teams have had far higher view counts than they've had, and the Warriors as well. There's been a lot of people viewing the Warriors one as well. So some little surprises there, but for me, for now, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.